Oh my gosh, I just realized we've been sitting here talking for like 3 hours. Where did the time go? It just vanished.
I know, right? That's what's so weird about it. We say time flies when you're having fun, but it feels like the longest day in history when you're like waiting for a dentist appointment.
Exactly. That subjective feeling of time is just fascinating to me. Like, if time is a constant, steady thing, a second is always a second, why does my brain perceive it so differently?
Uh-huh. It's like when you're bored, your brain is just hyper-focused on the lack of stimulus. So every tick of the clock is registered, right? But when you're fully engaged, your brain is busy processing the fun thing, and the passage of time is just background noise.
It's the ultimate brain trick. I heard someone once describe it like this.
No way. Less dense. So when I'm trying to assemble a piece of IKEA furniture and I want the time to speed up, I should probably just start humming a song and stop looking at the instructions.
Well, maybe, but it's definitely about attention. Think about kids. Their lives seem to move so slowly because everything is new. They are constantly making dense, highly encoded memories. Every summer felt like an eternity when we were 8.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. Summer break used to be this giant, endless stretch of days. Now I blink and it's Christmas. It's like the older you get, the fewer novel experiences you have. So time just accelerates. It's terrifying, actually.
It is terrifying. And that brings up the whole philosophical thing about time itself. Because we think of it so linearly, right? Past, present, future. A straight line.
Right, like an arrow. Time only moves in one direction. You can't go back and fix that weird thing you said in high school, unfortunately.
I wish. But what about cultures that viewed time cyclically? Like ancient civilizations that followed the seasons, the planting, the harvest, the repeating cycles of life and death. For them, time wasn't just a straight line leading to an end. It was a wheel.
Ooh, that's a cool distinction. Cyclical time feels less stressful, doesn't it? If the world ends, it just means the next cycle is starting. Our linear Western view is so focused on progress, on always moving forward, that there's this pressure to not waste a single second.
Exactly. That linear model is what gave us the hyper-efficient clock, the schedule. The idea that time is money, you're supposed to maximize every minute. We're so beholden to the arbitrary tick-tock of a clock on the wall.
Uh-huh. And if you think about it, before clocks, time was just sunlight, a natural rhythm. When the sun went down, the day was over. There was no, oh, I have a Zoom call at 7.
Absolutely. It synchronized us, but it also caged us. And that's not even getting into the physics of it all. I mean, when we talk about time, we have to mention Einstein, right?
Oh, here we go. Relativity. That's the one that blows my mind every single time. The idea that my perception of time isn't the same as yours because we might be moving at different speeds.
Precisely. Time is not an absolute universal constant. It's relative to the observer. If you were zooming around on a spaceship near the speed of light and I stayed here, when you came back, I would have aged more than you. No way.
Wait, what? So technically, the fastest people on Earth, like those astronauts on the International Space Station, are actually aging slower than we are? That is crazy. They're basically time travelers.
Kind of. A tiny, tiny bit. Because they're moving so much faster than we are down here. Time literally slows down for them. But the big mystery is still that arrow of time. Why past, present, future? Why doesn't time run backward?
Right. Everything else in physics seems reversible, but time itself only goes one way. It's always forward. Maybe it's entropy, the universe trending towards this order. You can't unscramble an egg,
That's the most common explanation, the second law of thermodynamics, entropy. Time has to move forward because the universe has to move toward greater disorder. That's why we see broken glass and not glass spontaneously reassembling itself.
Wow, that's a great analogy. So, in a weird way, broken things are proof that time exists. That's a heavy thought for a Tuesday morning, I'm not gonna lie.
It really is. So, to wrap this up, whether it's the cultural pressure of the linear clock, the subjective feeling in our brains, or the mind-bending physics of relativity, time is just this deeply mysterious concept.
Absolutely. And the biggest takeaway for me is that because it's all relative and subjective, we should probably just stop obsessing over the seconds we're wasting and focus on making memories dense with novelty and fun so that when we look back, it feels like it flew by.
I think that's the perfect way to spend whatever amount of time we have left. Nicely put.